Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading today a collective energy reading, a collective message, and it's going to be filtered through the eye or the lens of Sagittarius energy. So it is a bit of a continuation of the story that we've been seeing so far in the readings. If you kind of want to watch that as a set, you can feel free to do that. If not, because I know everybody doesn't have that kind of time, right? That's fine too. I'll kind of explain things as I go along. So I'm seeing a little bit of Libra's reading in here, and I think it was Taurus's reading as well with this curse card. So I don't know if you're dealing with those particular signs or energies. We'll kind of see as we go, a bit of Leo here as well. So when I was meditating on your energy, asking for messages for this reading, I got the name Catherine again. Now it did kind of come through in Libra's reading with "It's me, it's Kathy, I've come home now." So-called "let me in at your window," right? Which is interesting because I also got something about that. I got something about a left eye, specifically a brown left eye. I saw a rainbow. I heard a dog barking. I saw a yellow, like a yellow sweet, you know, like sweet wrappers where you kind of go like that to unwrap it and it unrolls, you know, like it's like round with like triangle bits on the sides. Does that make sense? Like a normal hard-boiled sweet, right? I don't know why I'm so specific about the way it looked, but there you go. And it was yellow, so maybe lemon, like yellow sweet. I heard close or closing, which I thought at first was like maybe like a contract or something, like closing out contract, because like in addition to that, you have like justice on the underlying as well with this Empress energy. So closing a contract, that kind of ties into Scorpio's reading yesterday. But then I got, that's so weird. I was going to say window, again, like "it's me, it's Kathy, let me in at your window." So there's a bit of a tie-in with all those things. But closing, window. So somebody could be literally closing a window. I can't actually close my window any more than it's already closed because there's kind of a wire going through it. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe somebody's closing the window. There could also be like a window of opportunity that's closing, which again ties into whose reading was it? I want to say Libra's reading, which is coming through over here with a bit more of a continuation of that story. So I'll get to that when I get to it. But watch out for windows of opportunity, especially with contracts. That's kind of coming up a little bit this week. Yeah, court situations, justice, because the justice card is here, contracts, legalities, all that kind of thing. Then I was kind of getting this feeling of, because I was sat at my window and the sun was on me and it was very, very, very bright, you know, like when you close your eyes and it's almost still that kind of white light. And behind me, I was kind of like drawn to the impression of like how my body would cast a shadow on the wall behind me. And this made me think of something that I've experienced in like science museums where they have these demonstrations of it's some kind of, I don't know what they have, like crystals or something in the wall, and you can stand in front of it or put your hand in front of it and a light will flash, and when you move you can see like the shadow remains. So it's a demonstration of light and shadow. So maybe somebody's been to a science museum, I don't know, but I was kind of getting imprint or residue, maybe like the residue of a person, something like that, like the things they've left behind, and this idea of like the sunlight being on me. So yeah, and then I heard, was it just a game to you? Which is interesting because just before I did my reading, before I came to the table today, I was having breakfast in the kitchen and I was listening to Wicked Game by Daisy Gray. It's Daisy Gray's cover of it. So was it just a game to you, Wicked Game? Yeah, and then we're going to your reading. So we have this purification card that kicks off the reading. You've got a lot of cards. It's quite big energy, I want to say, Sagittarius, so I'm not sure what you're up to, but you could really be feeling some big moods, big energy, big life changes, transformative moments at this time, especially if you're dealing with some kind of addiction. But I'm not seeing the devil card, so I don't kind of want to 100% say that, but you are getting this pine spirit purification. So I want to say there's something to do with it feels a little bit like purifying your energy, so purifying your soul, if you want to put it that way. maybe you are doing a detox in some kind of way, or you know, drinking green tea, or I don't know, maybe you're cleansing your space, cleansing your body, cleansing your mind. Something like this is the way it's coming through, especially because you have this phoenix energy as well, which is transmutation, and that is kind of like purging by fire, which obviously I don't want anyone to actually do anything silly like that, but it's kind of like being thrown in at the deep end, or trial by fire, where it's you experience something that's a test or a challenge, but you come out of it on the other side stronger and transformed, right? So it's like going through something that transforms your energy. So this kind of purification through this test or challenge is how it kind of feels. Now, with you having the curse here, the curse does talk about ancestry, about kind of ancestral curses, or not literal curses, because I think curses only work if you believe in them. If you don't believe in them, then they don't work. Is the way it is. So not a literal curse, because I don't know, you can do your own like rituals and cleansing and things like that to kind of break any kind of curse or bad spell. If you think anyone's doing anything like that to you, just break it. Just say it doesn't work, reflect it back at them, you know, like literally you just have to speak things into existence. So just be careful as well that you're not cursing others. Be careful with your language, be careful what you're saying, you know, what you think about, you bring about. So you maybe just be really careful about what you're manifesting and what you're saying, I want to say at this time. But the way it's coming through specifically in your reading is with purification, and with this talking almost about ancestry, and it's things like, if I give you some like real world examples, it could be, for example, your grandparents smoked and your parents smoked, so you know you're more likely to smoke because it's adoptive behavior, right? You adopt the behavior of the people around you. It's just I don't know, social sciences. So the likelihood of you repeating the patterns of your parents is actually quite high. So obviously it's not a fixed thing. You don't have to do that. But if you look at kind of, I don't know, statistics and things like this, a lot of the time people repeat the life of their parents. They're repeating the life of their parents. So these ancestral patterns can really play out in people's lives. So you may feel like there's some kind of almost like a family curse, or I want to tone it down a bit. I don't want to, because curse is such a strong word, but just this feeling of like, you know, people talk about like poverty traps and things like that, or I don't know, it's just very hard to break out of what you know and what you've raised with. So there could be something that you're, I don't know. It could also be something to do with, you know, something that your ancestors did. So you may have somebody in your family who did something that was a little bit shady, or, you know, it's kind of, you know, that one ancestor that we don't talk about because, you know, they did something that wasn't great. And maybe like the rest of the family leading good lives is clearing that bad karma from the family. I don't know. I don't it's not my vibe to talk about things like that, but again, I've got to sort of tell you what I'm picking up on in the reading, so it could be for somebody. So just purify, like, again, this feeling of being cursed, or this feeling of having like a black cloud over you, or feeling like you're guilty about something that you've done in the past. It's like carrying that like negative energy in your aura and having to cleanse it is how it's coming through. You have this card as well, the horse spirit, freedom is yours. Now, when it originally, because the way that I shuffle these cards, I shuffle each deck in turn. There's 6 decks. Whatever cards come out, I put them back together and I reshuffle them to get the order, right? So the first time this card came out, it was in the reverse, and all my cards in my decks are upright, so if it comes out in reverse, it's quite a clear sign that it's meant to be reversed. And I actually put it upright and put it back in with the others, shuffled it again, and it came back out reversed. So with it being your card as well, Sagittarius, a card with a horse on it, because horses to me are Sagittarius energy, and with you being a sign about freedom, I want to say that there could be something that you feel like you don't have any freedom in, like freedom of choice, or you could be very tied to something with the curse. Again, I'm getting family. So it's almost like you can't do what you want to do or have the freedom that you want because you've got some kind of something that you're kind of tied to over here that needs cleansing. So if you do find that you're trying to get out of a situation and you feel very stuck in it, I feel like it's because there's something that you have to do, right? There's something that needs to be closed out before you can have the freedom from that situation, because it's like that original situation must be purified. You need to leave that situation in a high vibrational state before you move forward, something like that. So rather than fleeing a sinking ship, it's kind of like, you know, patch the holes in the ship, make sure it can float, and then leave. So I don't know, something like that anyway. But yeah, I want to say, if you're feeling like you're very tied to something, you can't get out of it, it's because you've got unfinished karma or unfinished business in that situation. Then we're going to the Ace of Water. Now, it's really nice that the Purification card is sat with the Ace of Water, because this is a card about unconditional love, right? If you are particularly religious, you might call it, you know, God's love, God's energy, so that pure white light energy. If not, it's just talking about the highest vibrational energy that you can emit into the world and that you can receive. So unconditional love, this is, I accept you for exactly who you are, and you know, not wanting to change somebody. And you can encourage people to make good choices. You can encourage people to be the best version of themselves, but you can also understand when they can't do that. So that to me is unconditional love, you know. And it doesn't mean that you have to overgive of yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to you know, you can love unconditionally and still have those barriers up, you know, those rules in place. And it's a hard thing to do, right? It's a very hard thing to do. So with the Ace of Cups coming through with purification, it's like how unconditional true love energy, and it doesn't have to be romantic as well, it can be the true love that you have for a child, or the true love that you have for a friend, you know. But it's like that true divine ability to unconditionally love is very purifying, and it does detoxify. So for example, say you have a friend who has been brought up in a, oh gosh, I can really see how this is playing out for somebody. If say you have a friend who's been brought up in a particularly oppressive family, where perhaps they have certain traditions or certain beliefs or certain a certain moral code that, while it may work for some people in that environment, it may not work for everybody. So to I'm just really careful with my words here. So if a friend has been brought up with a perhaps very strict family, and certain things have not been allowed in that, or not been allowed to be expressed, or not been accepted, that friend could have a huge amount of they could have a huge amount of guilt, or anger, or frustration, or like bad energy, because of that situation that they have been raised in, right? Or the structure or the rules that they have been taught were right, when they feel like the way that they want to be is very wrong. So for you to go in and love them unconditionally for exactly who they are, right? No strings attached, you know, they're a good person and you love them. That's incredibly healing for that person, and it will help to purify their the guilt and the toxicity that has been that they've been imbued with because of that place that they've been brought up in. And that's not to say that the place that they've been brought up in is particularly wrong, but perhaps it hasn't been as accepting as this card would be. So do you see how that works out? I just be so careful with my words. So I feel like you could be helping somebody else to cleanse negative self-image or negative belief systems, or you know, just to give them confidence to be who they authentically are, because we have truth here as well. So again, I do feel like you're playing a supportive role, and do flip it and reverse it if needs be. Perhaps it's you that feels like you've been oppressed, you've been silenced, or something like this, but you have this friend, right, who unconditionally loves you, unconditionally supports you, who sees you for your truth, because it's next to truth, sees you for your truth, for exactly who you are, and still loves you. And how incredibly healing and beautiful that is. So yeah, there are two here. And I want to say it could be that this is a secret relationship that you've had to keep hidden because of this silencing of the curse. You know, it could feel like your love is a curse because it can't be expressed openly, or it has to be silenced, or you may have this feeling that it's wrong somehow. But again, I want to say, if you're not hurting anybody, and everybody's a consenting adult, and you know, I don't know. Right and wrong is a very grey area. It gets complicated. You know, you can think you've got these clear ideas of what's right and what's wrong, and then you throw a few factors into the equation, and you know, really that water really gets muddied very, very quickly. So again, I do feel like this connection here with the lion showing up, lion energy, Leo energy, does talk about confidence, the creation of the ego, and the ability to lead, and the ability to stand with honor and truth, and yeah, confidence, you know, to be bold, to face the world in a bold way. So I do feel like this connection with this Two of Cups is a very strong, very supportive connection that gives each other confidence. It feels, this is a very, very, whatever this is, very, very, very good, strong, high vibrational relationship, right? So no wonder it's purifying. And no wonder it's purifying whatever this is, because this is an extremely negative and toxic card. Talking about the devil energy, very similar actually. Yeah, there is a truth here with the Raven Spirit, a truth that's understood, a truth perhaps of, again, you could have had experiences in your life, or your friend or whoever this is for you could have had experiences in their life where perhaps they weren't shown that unconditional love. Perhaps the love that they'd received was always conditional. I will love you if you're perfect. I will love you. It makes me think of that song. I think it's Alanis Morissette. I will love you for exactly who you are, as long as you're who I want you to be. I will love you for exactly who you are, as long as you do this and you don't do that. So conditional love, where perhaps your love for this person, with it being unconditional, I will love you even at your worst. I will love you even when you fall down. I will love you on your, you know, if you don't deserve me, if you don't what is it, if you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And it's like you love them at the worst, and they love you at your worst, and you support each other, you get each other through it, you encourage each other to have better days. And yeah, that's what love is, right? Not rejecting somebody because they're having a bad day, or because they're in a bad mood. It's, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like it when you're in a bad mood, but I still love you, right? So it's, again, it could be something about parenting. The best way to parent is never to say, is never to make it personal, right? So you never say, I hate you when you do that. I don't like that about you. You say, I don't like the behavior. I don't like that, you know, I don't like when you use those words. So it's about the things and the actions, and not about the person. So I don't know, tip there for parenting. It's quite hard to do, you know, you really have to watch your words around your kids. They're so easy to mess up. Yeah. So the truth, and loving someone for their truth, I want to say. And having this truth, of, oh my goodness, somebody can love me. You know, I am lovable for who I am. It is okay to be human. It is okay to be fallible. It is okay to I don't know, like, I am accepted and this is my truth. It is transforming and it's empowering, right? Especially with the Lion card here as well. Like, the Phoenix is a very empowered energy. So having the transformation of this truth being spoken or this truth being felt, it's actually opening this person up, or you, again, flip it and reverse it if needs be, to limitless possibility, right? So the cleansing of the purification of the soul, the purification of the truth of who you are within, and how much that opens up the entire universe to us, right, on a spiritual level, so whatever that is for you. So again, I'm not promoting or condoning or anything, any particular religion. Everybody has different spiritual beliefs. So however it applies to you, okay, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's okay. It's okay for multiple things to exist. It's okay for people to have different opinions and different experiences, right? We're all individuals who are sharing a space. That's at the end of the day. So yeah, what's amazing to me is now whenever I put cards away, I put them in separately in the deck. So just to kind of show you, so say hypothetically I was putting these cards away, I would open the deck, put it in, get the next card, open the deck, put it in. So the cards would all be separate. And now these two exact cards came through, and I want to say it could have been Aries' reading or the collective reading right at the start of this set of readings. But these two cards came out together like this. And now when I shuffled the first time, the cards didn't come out next to each other like this. I put all the cards in separately, shuffled, and then they actually came out side by side again. So I had this in either the very first reading that I did in the set, the collective reading, or the Aries reading, side by side. And it was talking about how perhaps when you meditate, perhaps when you really sit quietly and you allow that, because this is next to the Ace of Cups, right? So this is universal love, God's love, if you will, or just feeling the highest vibration of spiritual lemony of spiritual I don't know, Lemony Snicket. Maybe somebody's been reading Lemony Snicket. When you really feel that divine light energy, whatever that is for you, that Ace of Cups, unconditional love, when you connect up to that like universal Wi-Fi network of pure spiritual love, when you feel it, right, it is transformative. And it is, again, I sound very kind of Bible bashy right now, and it's not that at all. I believe that everything is a manifestation of one thing. So you know, every religion's valid because it's all part of the whole, right? So it's unity consciousness, if you want to look that up. So it's when you feel it, you realize that you're part of everything, you're connected to everything. You are an individual, but you are connected to everything. And that universal creation love energy is part of everything, so it's already in you, right? So very transformative. But it's like almost like in meditation there is this pathway opening up, and it is the pathway to this pure creation energy that was coming through. Again, like maybe Aries is reading, it's like you have the opportunity to go into this portal. So to ground this down on, and it says possibility for union, so like limitless possibility for union. So again, this unity consciousness. But it's talking to me about, if I was to ground this on a kind of human day-to-day level, it would be talking about you have the opportunity now to while you have this for the self, right, while you have the Ace of Cups within for yourself at all times, you now have the opportunity, because it's for union, to share this with somebody else. You have the opportunity to combine your Ace of Cups energies, because the Two of Cups is two Ace of Cups. So you and another person who also has this there is a window of opportunity, a pathway for you to really, really share that love. Now, what's worrying me a little bit is Libra had this card in their reading, making a choice. And in their reading, it was talking about choosing between two houses. So in a similar way to how there's two towers either side here. So it's almost like Libra, It's almost like this bridge is here. So again, you Libra, I don't know, but it's almost like this bridge is here, this rock is here that Libra is sat on, okay? And Libra had the option to go through two doorways. Which door are they going to go through? But it was almost like Libra was not going to pick a side between those two doorways. Libra was going to take the center path. And at the time, it was like, this is not possible. There's no pathway here. But Libra was seeing the potential of, while these are closed spaces, this is an open space with this limitless possibility. So Libra was very patiently and very stubbornly sitting on, it doesn't have to be a Libra, it was Libra energy, right? Everybody has all the different energies in their chart. So, but it was happening in Libra's reading. So this person in Libra energy sat very stubbornly, saying, I am not going to be boxed in by either of these choices. I'm going to take the third choice. And it does seem to me in your reading with the imagery, it was kind of like they were being asked to choose between two different families, perhaps, you know, the matriarchal or the patriarchal family tree, or they were being asked to, I don't know, it just had this feeling of like two families who were asking Libra to pick sides, was the way it was coming through. And Libra was like, no, I'm making my choice, and my choice is a third choice, to create my own choice. And so you can see here how, just showing you the cards and the imagery, it's like sitting on this bridge. Do you go this way or do you go that way? And this person was choosing to go up. So this sky bridge opens up, right? This third path opens up between the two choices. And it almost looks to me as though this orb here is spirit beginning to open this portal up, right? It's beginning to open up the opportunity to go for the third choice. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, sometimes if you have two options on the table, not choosing either is a choice, right? You don't, if somebody presents you with two options, the third option is, I don't like either of those choices. I am going to go my own way. I choose to opt out. Opting out is a choice, right? So what happens though, and I feel like it's so brilliant, so high vibrational, there's so much hope up until this point, and then we have a problem. Okay, so gonna figure it out, but just to warn you, have a problem. Now it could be with this silencing energy. It's like being silenced maintains the status quo, right? Everything's fine as long as you don't speak your truth. But with the truth card coming here, it does feel like when a truth is spoken, or when a truth is known, the situation transforms, and it could cause quite a lot of chaos here with this storm spirit. So it's kind of like the cat's out of the bag energy. And I do feel, again, this chaos storm spirit energy is almost just with this great space, right? And the space that is available outside of the two choices. It's almost like, do you see how I said this is like the portal opening up, and like this crack in the sky opening up? It's like that's the opportunity. And do you remember how I channeled this before I even pulled cards? When I was just channeling your energy, I got closing window opportunity, right? So it's like the window of opportunity is there. You see it almost like Indiana Jones, right? Rolling under the door and grabbing his hat. It's like the opportunity is there, but the window's closing. You have to get in there quick. So, but it's like, as you go for this, as you prepare to go through that portal, perhaps to launch into a new life, to have a transformation, right? To move towards the opportunity, it's almost as though this angry patriarchal figure steps in front of that door or window. It's like this person is saying, no, you don't get to go. It's almost like they're holding it shut as well. Now, of course, this is symbolizing like Zeus, right? With the lightning bolt, but it's not the way I'm reading it today. So however you want to interpret it, absolutely fine. But it is coming through to me as that portal opens up, when it's like seeing your chance, a little bit like if you've watched Stranger Things, right? And I don't want to kind of say too much about it, but there's one scene where, again, no spoilers, but there is one scene where somebody is in the upside down and they're running towards like a rip, like they're running towards a portal to kind of get back into our side. So but it's like somebody stepping in front of that right at the last second and saying, this, by the way, no spoilers, I'm talking about the cards. So somebody stepping in front of that at the last second and being like, no, you don't get to leave, you don't get to go, you don't get to go through that portal, you don't get to take that opportunity. So it's this dream thief. It's coming through as a dream thief. Especially with the colours, if you kind of look at the colours around that Zeus-like figure. Two completely different decks by two completely different creators, different artists. But look at those colours, especially that kind of purple and gold. This is the dream thief. This is the person saying you cannot have it. You cannot step through that portal. I am going to... Can you see how he's even got like, it's like got a grip of it. It's like he's claiming it. He's almost like pinching that trophy out of your hands just as you're about to claim it. So it all comes crashing down. The imagery here of... I hate it. I hate it, and I want to do Capricorn's reading because I'm like, what's going to happen tomorrow, right? It's like, how is this story going to continue? So this is really saying to me, it's like that's the closing of the portal, the vanishing mirror, ego's sublimination. It's the hope is shattered, the dream is smashed. What are they trying to give me? Hold on. Yeah, they're giving me the movie Cinderella, where she's made her own dress and she's like, I'm gonna get to go to the ball, and she's all happy and excited. And then the ugly sisters and the stepmother, like the ugly sisters rip the dress to pieces. They like literally tear the clothes off her and humiliate her and abuse her, and she's left in tears, right? It's like this is the dress being ripped to shreds. This is the hope being dashed, the glass shattered on the floor. You cannot go to the ball. And perhaps the damage that's done here, because I'm just sorry, they're kind of giving me stuff, and I'm just trying to make sure it comes through subtly sometimes. It's not coming through loud, so it's coming through subtly, and I'm just trying to make sure I get it right. So it's like this character, and it is coming through perhaps as a friend for you, this character who perhaps has been in a family situation that's not been, that has, it's not been supportive at best, and at worst it's kind of like abusive. Like if you watch the Cinderella movie, actually they use that word. And how back over here that person may have felt, they may have felt like, I don't know, the black sheep of the family, or they may have felt like, they were worthless, or that they were unlovable, or that they were below everybody else. And then having that, that meeting with the prince, perhaps, like having that, feeling somebody who loves them unconditionally and truthfully, without those conditions, right? Somebody who loves them just because they love them. And the way that makes them feel proud and worthy, because this is the building up of the ego. And ego is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's the perception of the self. Seeing themselves as worthy, like having pride, feeling like they have value, feeling like having that confidence that maybe they can have hope for the future. And then that moment where all that is shattered, right? All that good that has been built up gets shattered, and it's like they are still here, right? They're still here. They don't have the freedom. It's just the most heartbreaking point of the reading for me. And then we have this falling angel spiritual narcolepsy. So this absolute crumbling down, this absolute, it's like all the good, right? All the good work that has been done, all the love that the universe has brought to this person, all the support that their fairy godmother and guardian angels have given to them to build them up, to make them have value, to make them feel like they're getting closer to God, getting closer to that high vibrational energy. It all comes crashing down because of the dream thief, who's coming through as this kind of patriarchal figure who's stealing the dream, right? It's mine. It's going to my daughters. You know, it's not for you. These are your options. These are your choices. These are the doors that I'm allowing you to walk through. You can't make a door for yourself. I'm going to take it. So it sucks and I hate it. And I don't like whatever this is. And I think I may pull another advice card just to wrap up this reading. And I really, really want to do Capricorn's reading now to see. And, you know, Aquarius and Pisces as well, just to kind of see if this storyline continues, because it's like it's so unsatisfying to leave it there. I want to say as well, this could be a heads up for you. This could be a heads up for you that there could be an opportunity that is closing. There could be a window of opportunity that is closing. And this could be an early warning sign to say, go for it as soon as you see it. Do not hesitate. Get out of that door and go to that potential, because you don't want to, you've got the heads up, right? This person may not. You may be quicker than this. I hope. So, God, what do we have? The song that clarified your reading was Purge the Poison by Marina and well, I think it's just Marina. It used to be Marina in the Diamonds, right? So let me just pull up the lyrics to that, because the lyrics were spot on for this reading. So maybe some of you are witches, I don't know. All my friends are witches and we live in Hollywood. Mystical okay, I'm going to use a bad word because it comes out twice in your readings. Mystical bitches making our own sisterhood. While society is falling, we are quietly reforming, protecting the planet, healing our own damage. So Mother Nature says, what have you been doing? Don't forget I'm your home. So Mother Nature, like the earth, the planet is our home, is a message that's coming through there. So it says, need to purge the poison, show us our humanity, all the bad and good, racism and misogyny. Nothing's hidden anymore. Capitalism has made us poor. God forgive America for every single war. Need to purge the poison from our system until human beings listen. Tell me, who do you think you are? It's your own decision, but your home is now your prison, right? Freedom in reverse. But the earth is now your prison. You have to stay here because it's like you have to. The way it's coming through with the song is, you may have been trying to ascend spiritually, right? You may have seen the opportunity to have some kind of spiritual ascension, and it's been taken from you. So you have this feeling of like, well, I've been doing the work, or your friend, right? I've been doing the work. I've been high vibrational. I've purified myself, my soul. Why can't I have the prize for that? Why can't I go to the ball? Which, you know, maybe the ball is like heaven, I don't know. But it's like with this falling angel, and it's almost like this character is almost coming through as a karmic role-playing character, right? They are just doing what they've been programmed to do to keep you here, because actually it could be that you have some kind of spiritual mission here on earth. Like, because you could be an earth angel, you could be a light worker, you could actually be here to speak truths, to shine a light on the things that are hidden and toxic. For example, she talks about Harvey Weinstein here, and things like this. So, you know, to shine a light on the corruption or the bad things that are happening to our planet and to our society and to our humanity, and to be a truth speaker and to be a light worker, and to make, rather than going to the new place, right, rather than going to heaven or to back home, if that's how you identify that, it's like, no, you have to bring it down. The angels have to be on the planet Earth, right? I know this is a bit wacky, but just go with it if it's your thing. If it's not your thing, leave it. But it's like, you have to stay here and make it better, because it's like hell is empty and all the devils are here, right? So the angels have to be here too. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Anyway, so again, take it as a metaphor. don't forget, you forget that without me you won't go far. So it could be that this is something that somebody's saying to you. You won't go far without me. You know, that almost like, I met him as a waitress in a cocktail bar. That's when I met you. Don't you want me? You know, it's like, you won't survive without me. You can't do this on your own. Almost that kind of energy. I'm just aware of how my nails are purple and yellow. It's like, I'm not the dream thief. No, go for your dreams. But yeah, it's like, it's almost like gaslighting or something, right? It's like, it's not saying give it a shot and I'll be here if you, you know, I'll be here to support you. You know, if you need anything, give me a shout. I know you can do this, and you know what, give it a try. And if it doesn't work out, you can come back to me and I'll, you know, we'll figure it out together and you can give it another shot another time. It's not that kind of supportive relationship. This is, if you try and do that without me, you're going to fail. Do you know? It's that kind of gaslighting type of person. It's like this person who knocks your confidence because they know that that keeps you close to them. It's like they don't want you to build up your confidence because then they don't have control over you. It feels like that kind of person. Okay, back to the song. 2007, when size 0 was the rage, Britney shaved her head and all we did was call her crazed, right? It's like Britney was blamed for being crazy, not the reporters who were harassing her and, you know, the entertainment industry for not supporting her properly, and, you know, all the terrible things like the people controlling her. You know, she was the crazy one. So how that perception, how that mindset's changed. Harvey Weinstein gone to jail. Me Too went to unveil truth in all its glory, the ending of a story. So I did actually have, after this reading, I did do a meditation where I did some cleansing work, and I got Here's Where the Story Ends, which I'm showing you this because it's on the album cover. So it feels like we're closing out a story, right? It's a new world order. Everything just falls away. Our life as we knew it now belongs to yesterday. Inside all the love and hate, we can now regenerate. Stopped how we've been living every single day. I just want a world where I can see the feminine. We only make up 1/4 of the government. Like an angel gone to hell, cast our moon under our spell, owning female power and taking back what's ours. Earth is like a white rose, a quiet cloud of petals fold, a place so corrupt where angel flesh and blood is sold. The feminine is born as new, started with a diamond dew. Solitude was coming, everybody knew. So it's like, that's why we're here. That's why you're stuck here, right? That's why you are in this fallen angel energy, because you have work to do here, right? You have to make things better. And if that's one by one friend at a time, getting them out of toxic situations, then that's what you're going to do. I told you it was a big one, right? Sagittarius. It's like Scorpio yesterday was easy peasy. It was like, just wipe the slate clean and just do some cool stuff. It's like 20 minutes. Yours is like one of those really long ones, and it's 40 minutes. Like, at least it's not an hour. So I also clarified this guy, right? The dream thief, whoever this is, does feel patriarchal. And it came through with, again, swear warning, 99 points of authority, 99 problems, one step closer. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Feels like toxic masculinity, right? And I love that song, right? I love that song. I think it's brilliant. You know, if it comes on, I'm bopping. But it is coming through because it's attached to this energy with a toxic masculine, right? Whoever that is, for you or your friend. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. And it's almost like they are definitely the one that is closing this portal. And I asked for the advice. So what's the advice for the person who's dealing with this? This poor person who's missing this opportunity, this fallen angel, what's the advice? And you got Brutal by Olivia Rodrigo. It's brutal out here. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. Which is shitty advice, but I feel like you're one of the strong ones, right? Sagittarius energy is strong and quite righteous as well, that kind of righteous anger that can come through with Sagittarius energy. So I want to say, if you're angry, use it as fuel to make change and make positive change. It could be that this, if it's very unfair and very unjust, especially if it's happening to somebody that you unconditionally love, right? If this is happening to a friend, Sagittarius is going to make some changes, right? That horse is going to bite through the tether and be like, who am I taking on? So use that, you know, sensibly, I want to say, but use that anger is power, right? And that power can make change. But be smart about it, right? Play the game. So brutal, I want it to be like messy. I'm so insecure, I think, that I'll die before I drink. And I'm so caught up in the news of who likes me and who hates you. And I'm so tired that I might quit my job, start a new life. And they'd all be so disappointed because who am I if I'm not exploited? I'm so sick of 17. Where's my fucking teenage dream? If someone tells me one more time, enjoy your youth, I'm going to cry. And I don't stick up for myself. I'm anxious and nothing can help. And I wish I'd done this before. And I wish people liked me more. All I did was try my best. And this is the kind of thanks I get. Unrelentlessly upset. They say these are the golden years, but I wish I could disappear. Ego crush. Ego crush is so severe, right? God, it's brutal out here. I feel like no one wants me and I hate the way I'm perceived. I only have 2 real friends. That's all you need, 2 real friends. If you've got two real friends, if you've got 2 friends who love you unconditionally, or 2 people in your life who have that unconditional love for you, then you're doing well, right? A lot of people don't have that. So if you can think of 2 people who you're like, they've got my back, then that's all you need. That's really all you need in life. Lately, I'm a nervous wreck because I love people I don't like and I hate every song I write. And I'm not cool and I'm not smart and I can't even parallel park. All I did was try my best and this is the kind of thanks I get. Got a broken ego, broken heart. It's brutal out there and I don't even know where to start. So, yeah, feels like it all comes crashing down, right? Just when you had hope, just when you thought you were doing well, just when you felt confident, or this is your friend, that door slams in your face and you go crashing back down to earth, absolutely feeling all those horrible thoughts that we have when we are giving ourselves a hard time, right? Really feels like Cinderella, she was so excited to go to the ball and have that nice time, and then she feels like a piece of shit. So it feels like that horrible moment. And maybe you have to feel that, and maybe something's gonna come in after that moment, right? Maybe there's gonna be an epiphany, maybe there's gonna be, it's like you have to, Scorpio had this as well. They had rock bottom ending the reading. It's like you have to hit rock bottom. You have to feel rock bottom, and then pick yourself up because no one else will, and dust yourself off because you have pride, and make a plan. I don't know. We all hit rock bottom sometimes. Let's get you Tarot de la Nuit and see what Tarot de la Nuit says. Fucking reading. This fucking reading. It gets better, right? We all have bad days. 7 of Swords. It's just hard to see it when you're feeling it. When you're in it, it's fucking sucks. But again, everybody, the way I'm talking now, everybody has those moments. And I want to say, if you're a teenager, if you're in those years, God, they are brutal. They are the worst. And it's not always going to be like that. You know, you become an adult and yeah, sometimes people suck and sometimes you get into difficult situations. But like, yeah, I remember how brutal it was to be a teenager. The Great Escape. I've done something really bad and I have to run away before someone discovers my infamy. I wish the moon wasn't so bright. She brings too much light upon my running. Oh, blimey, I feel like I'm being watched. I must run faster. What about you? I can see that you're escaping too. Let's meet in the forest later where we'll be safe. What is it you're running away from? Too much responsibilities, commitment, work, love. Whatever it may be, you don't want to deal with it, and I know that feeling. Of course, as a flight specialist, I would advise you to face reality instead of fleeing from it. There you go. What did I say? It's like you're not going to be allowed to run away from this. You have to face it. Of course, as a flight specialist, I would advise you to face reality instead of fleeing from it, because systematic flight really leads nowhere. But I've no time for that. I must run. So yeah, you're being told the advice in this reading is you have to face it. You can't run away from it. And it's such a, because again, I've got Sagittarius Mars placement, and so that combination, because Mars is about how you deal with conflict, how you, what makes you angry, and then Sagittarius coming in with this high horse energy of righteousness and valor and doing the right thing and being honest and being brutally honest sometimes, Sagittarius, and but also like the fleeing, right, the running. If you imagine a horse running through a field, that's Sagittarius energy. So my Sagittarius Mars placement is very fight or flight. It's like, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to be in this situation. I'm going to run from it. You know, let me out the door, give me space, give me freedom, give me air to breathe. I don't want to be in this toxic environment. If there's like anger or aggression or anything going on like that, it's like, I just want to run. But you will, you know, you will fight, Sagittarius. And I'm not encouraging anyone to be physically violent, but, you know, you're not going to enjoy being caged. Okay, make good choices, take care of yourselves. Go and have a look at the songs in the description box down below, because I'll pull some more songs for you as I'm uploading this reading. And yeah, speak to the people who you can speak to. Breathe, right? It's not always going to be that way. Don't do anything stupid, right? Make sure you protect yourself physically. So don't just run out into the forest at night and not tell anyone where you're going, because that's not going to be good. You know, go to safe places. All right, take care of yourself, please, Sagittarius, and take care of your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.